Hey there, I am Monique Scrip and I am a wife, I'm a mom of 3 boys and a certified Enneagram coach. And so I come alongside people and my goal is to help them become the best version of themselves. So we all have the parts of us that we want to change, that we want to work on. We all have the parts of us that are roadblocks and things that are hindering us from growing, and then we all have the parts of us that are blind spots that we're not even aware of, the things that we do that are hurting people or that may come across the wrong way or that are getting in our way from becoming the best version of ourselves. So I want to share with you from the perspective of a mom all 9 numbers of the Enneagram and how that can play into your role in motherhood and how that can play into your identity and the things that you do when it comes to raising your children. So for the type 1, we're going to go ahead and break down all 9 of the numbers. So for the type 1 is what we call the moral perfectionist. The moral perfectionist. So this person is somebody who really wants to do everything well. So they want to do everything perfectly. When they look at their house, they want everything to be in order. They don't like chaos. They like structure and things being right and organized and done the right way. So as a mom, sometimes you can allow that to be very frustrating because you feel like, I've told them to do this. I don't need to keep repeating it. Or because you really have high standards. So the moral perfectionist sees things and they see flaws in things, but they also see right and wrong. And they know there's a right way to do something. There's a right way to load the dishwasher. There's a right way to make the bed. So as a mom, sometimes that can be so hard when you feel like you're constantly getting onto your kids because they're not living up to your standard. So my encouragement to you, if you are the type 1, is to let yourself just relax and say, you know what? They're just kids. It doesn't have to be exactly the way that I want it to be. So the type 2 is the supportive advisor. So for the type 2, the supportive advisor, this person is really someone who likes to help and give and serve, and they give a lot of themselves. A lot of times these are people who are constantly aware of the needs of others. They're very in tune with the emotions of others. So if someone walks into a room, if your kids come home from school, you kind of know when something's off with them. You're very perceptive to the emotions of others and the needs, specifically the needs of others. And you step in and do things for people. So sometimes you can overly compensate and be giving and doing and serving so much that you neglect your own needs. So for those who are a type 2, as a mother, my encouragement to you would be to really focus on saying no, the times when you need to say no to people, and also focusing on self-care and really making sure that you are taking care of yourself and making time for the things that are important to you and taking care of your own needs. Okay, the type 3 is the successful achiever. So for this type, this is the type 3, the successful achiever. For this type, it is really about image. They care a lot about what people think about them, what people think about their family, the perception that they're giving out. A lot of their identity is found through their job, through their role. So it could be your role as a mom, your role as a wife, your role as a coworker. Whatever that identity is, you really have the belief that that is your worth. And so sometimes as a mom, it can be something where you really have to check your motives in the why behind your doing the things that you're doing. Do you want your kids to look a certain way? Do you want them to dress a certain way? Do you want to keep the certain image? Because truly, our identity and our worth is only found in who God says we are. And it's not in all of these other things or chasing after a certain kind of identity. And so it's really good to be aware that your house doesn't have to look a certain way, your kids don't have to act a certain way, and that you are more than your image. Okay, so for the type 4, this is going to be the romantic individual, the romantic individualist. Okay, so for the type 4 romantic individualist, this person is someone who they find they see beauty in everything. They're very in tune with nature. They love arts and creativity, and their identity and their worth is found in being unique and different. So they really want to be seen as somebody who's different, somebody who has their own style. Typically, they look different in the sense that they may do a hairstyle differently or have really eclectic clothing style or something like that, where they're their own unique person. But for the type 4, a lot of times for them, envy can be a struggle, and feeling like there's something in them that is flawed, that everybody else has it together, but for whatever reason, that type 4, something in them is missing. And my encouragement to you, if you are a 4, as a mom, it can be so easy to compare yourself to other moms and feel like, oh, this person has it together, this person's such a better parent, I'm messing up my kids. All of those lies that we believe, especially for the type 4, because they really struggle with feelings of envy and feelings of worthlessness, recognizing that you have so much worth and you have so much value, and that you don't have to feel like everybody else has it together. Okay, I'll be back for the next, which is going to be numbers 5 through 9.